7. Barrett outside, the switch. Doncic goes, oh, what a great step! And then he hammers it home! Broke his ankles!
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all is well. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I really do appreciate it. And there we have it, y'all. I can't believe it. The New York Knicks' first regular season game is going to be next Wednesday because the New York Knicks just wrapped up their final preseason game, coming out victorious at Madison Square Garden and wrapping up the preseason with a 3-1 record. We went on to defeat the Washington Wizards at home, final score being 105-89. There was definitely some ups and downs in this game. We're going to be getting to the game, but I know some people are probably tuning into this video like, is this true? I saw it on Twitter. I didn't catch the game. What went on to happen? And if you guys are wondering, Obi Toppin did get injured in the fourth quarter of this basketball game. I'm not sure if it's a foot injury when I'm recording this video, an ankle injury. I haven't seen anything from Ian Begley when I'm currently filming this video. So when Obi Toppin was running down the sideline, he actually went on to trip over a fan's foot, and at first it looked like it wasn't a big deal. He was kind of like exercising it. It may not be a big deal, but he was exercising it, you know. And then he went on to be taken to the locker room, and he did not return to the bench for the rest of the game. So hopefully Obi Toppin is okay. The season starts next Wednesday. We definitely need his energy when it comes to off the bench, and I just hope he has a speedy recovery and he's all good. So I send prayers out to Obi Toppin. So when it comes to the Washington Wizards and the New York Knicks, the Knicks, when I'm thinking of it at the top of my head, we didn't really have any injuries because Grimes went on to play in this game. He did get some limited action. He didn't play a lot. He had one really nice play that he dribble penetrated, found a Mitchell Robinson inside. We're going to be getting into Mitchell Robinson. He was absolutely insane. But it seemed like the New York Knicks were pretty much fully healthy throughout this entire game, or we had no injuries at all. And then you take a look at the Washington Wizards. They had some injuries with the Kristaps Porzingis resting due to that ankle injury. You had a guy of Corey Kispert, who did not go on to play, Denny Avdia, that did not go on to play as well. Kispert is going to be out for like a good amount of time with that ankle injury, but I really love the way the New York Knicks started off this basketball game. Jalen Brunson, oh my gosh, it's just so amazing that we finally have stability at the point guard position. Like, I don't care what money we pay this dude, he's an upgrade. Just the way he was probing around when a shot wasn't there, he was able to get his teammates involved. The creativity within the offense with the hesitations, getting to the rack, getting to like spots from mid-range territory, his ability to knock down threes from the outside. Like, he could score from every level. He's a 3-level scorer, which I absolutely love out of Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson had an amazing game, but there was a certain part of the game where he pretty much put it away for the New York Knicks to really secure this W. So I love the way Jalen Brunson played in this game, but Mitchell Robinson absolutely killed Daniel Gafford in this basketball game. I believe Mitchell Robinson had 8 or 9 rebounds. He was a man freaking possessed on the boards, and he was in the right spot. He did a good job communicating with whoever was handling the basketball. At the beginning of the game, Evan Fournier did a good job collapsing the defense, working down the lane, finding Mitchell Robinson for an alley-oop slam, or one play that I thought was one of the main plays of the game for Mitchell Robinson, outside of like RJ Barrett also throwing an alley-oop to Mitchell Robinson at one point in this game, is when there went on to be a missed shot outside on the perimeter, and then, or just a missed shot, Mitchell Robinson, offensive rebound, kicks it out, Julius Randle, misses shot, doesn't matter, another offensive rebound, kicks it out, Jalen Brunson absolutely nails the three. So when it comes to the interior, just snagging offensive rebounds, giving us second chance opportunities, he was a freaking beast. At one point, the second chance points, like we had 19 points to the Washington Wizards 0, just second chance opportunities, or just the second chance conversions that resulted in points, the offensive rebounds in general, just the interior of the shot blocking. Mitchell Robinson was a beast. He went on to finish with 20 points in this basketball game. Absolutely nuts to see. Obviously, Daniel Gafford, he's a solid big man, but we want to see what he does up against those like best of the best centers in the league. You know, that's always been the true question mark with a guy of Mitchell Robinson, but I thought his discipline was good. I thought he just lit a spark for the New York Knicks, and I even thought we did a good job distributing the ball and playing overall good or solid team defense. One play I absolutely loved by Julius Randle. Yes, he had his ups and downs for this game. He didn't score his first field goal until the second quarter of the game. I believe he made free throws before that, but he didn't make his first field goal until the second quarter. But one play I loved was the patience and the poise by Julius Randle. When Randle called for the ball in the post, you know, good patience, got the defensive collapse, found a Mitchell Robinson down low, and absolutely threw it down. So I really love the poise, and I just love the overall communication and the unselfishness from that New York Knicks team in the first quarter. We were absolutely killing them. Like, we were absolutely murdering them. At one point, we were up by 18 points when it came to that first half or even that first quarter. Like, I believe from the top of my head, we were up like 24-5 at one point. The Wizards weren't able to knock anything down, but we did a good job closing outside on the perimeter. Mitchell Robinson did a good job making his presence really felt defensively, that they're scared to score inside in the perimeter or even put up a shot. And one move I absolutely loved by RJ Barrett is RJ Barrett used his right hand. We know RJ Barrett, like, there's always so many jokes. RJ Barrett doesn't have a right hand, but when he decided to use it, he's a pretty solid right-handed finisher. He had his ups and downs in this game. Like, outside of actually maybe some turnovers, I thought, his defense as well. There was times his footwork wasn't the best defensively, or he just let Bradley Beal. It might have been a miscommunication. He just let Bradley Beal blow right by him, and sometimes he was late closing out. I don't know if it was the defensive scheme they're running or just miscommunication or him just not playing good defense, but he had some bad moments defensively, and he also got stripped a couple times, and he needs to be tighter with his handle. But anyway, this play I absolutely loved. I believe it was RJ Barrett in transition. Very nice Euro step, working down the lane, right-handed finish, and one with the contact. And RJ Barrett, I believe he had a near 20-point game. He had like 9 or 10 rebounds. He had a damn near double-double. His shot from the outside looks so much better. He missed a couple free throws when it came to the end of the game, when the game was over, but it looks like he's going to be a better free throw shooter this year. We have to see it in the regular season, though we do, but he's obviously been putting in the work, but we'll see the results in the regular season. But just the catch and shoot threes, his shot looks a lot more smooth, looks a lot more fluid, but again, we'll wait and see. Just like every one of these players, maybe it looks like there's some improvements to their game, but we won't see it until the official season and when the lights are actually on them, spotlights on them, and it's actually a real live, like, 82-game season. But what kind of went away for this New York Knicks team, or before you know it, Taj Gibson, former New York Knick, we're playing up against. Taj Gibson actually kind of lit a fire for this Washington Wizards team and kind of ignited a comeback. At one point, it was cut to a 2-point game. Taj Gibson, like, he was literally, I don't think he meant to pick up Derrick Rose full court when I'm really thinking about it. It was like a lazy pass, or Derrick Rose was kind of just not, like, maybe being a little too lazy with the ball. He went on to come up with the steal from Derrick Rose, finished. He had some pretty solid plays for the Washington Wizards, and Rui Hachimura, I got to give him credit. He had a very good game, just being strong, being physical, working down the lane, getting to his spots from mid-range territory. He knocked down a 3 as well, and Rui Hachimura, obviously, he missed a chunk of games last year due to a mental break, just, by the way, make sure you always just put your feelings in the way you feel. Like, don't be selfish towards yourself. Like, you should always put yourself first. If you're not comfortable in a situation, put yourself first. You have to do what's best for your mental health. But I thought Rui Hachimura really played one hell of a game, and the second unit I thought really struggled for the New York Knicks, if I'm being completely real with you guys. And in that second quarter, Julius Randle's, like, his high IQ style of ball, or his maturity of his style of ball, kind of went away from those, like, past 2 games, like with the Indiana Pacers games, and obviously the first game versus the Detroit Pistons when he was playing a more mature brand of basketball. There was moments he over dribbled, and just, like, sometimes he has to realize his limitations on the offense side of the basketball, and I don't think he did a really good job with that at all. So that second quarter was extremely ugly. At one point, when there was like 5 minutes left in that second quarter, we only scored like 5 points throughout it. Like, when it came to halftime, we only shot 35% from the field. Like, at halftime, we shot 35% from the field. It was absolutely awful. The second unit, just, there was no offensive flow at all. And I don't like to just hate on our players or anything like that, but this is just straight up of what I'm seeing. There's an inconsistency of Emmanuel Quickley just making the right reads out there on the floor. It's extremely frustrating to see, and that affects Obi Toppin's style of play as well. Quickley with Obi, when it comes to leaking out, yes, there's, like, they're gonna thrive in that department. When there's rapid, quick decisions you can make, they're definitely gonna thrive in those types of situations. Turnover, momentum, fast break. But when a team's locked in defensively and they're able to predict your offense in that type of situation, they don't really flow well together, because Obi Toppin needs to feed off of his teammates. There's an inconsistency still there with Obi Toppin creating his own shot. We've seen flashes of it, or maybe you could say he's still in a box, but I still think there is some limitations to his game. Obi Toppin, he had some nice moments when it came to leaking out with an Emmanuel Quickley finding him, but when it came to a shot from the outside, I don't think he knocked down a 3. He didn't really execute that well from downtown. The defense, the miscommunications. You could even say, like, Jalen Brunson getting into even the first unit a little bit, there was inconsistencies of defense all across the board from most of these players on this team. Like, even like Isaiah Hartenstein in the second unit, he committed stupid fouls in this game, and that's kind of been a theme throughout him with the preseason. He's committed some stupid fouls, and like sometimes they're falling asleep and they're able to get easy buckets inside in the interior. But it's just, I need Derrick Rose to be the lead ball handler when it comes to that second unit, because it just seems like it's all out of whack, and just we weren't able to get anything going when it came to offensively at all. It even looked like Gafford was a little bit, like, he started to get some flow going a little bit when it came to his athleticism, because we know he likes to get the ball in the dunker spot as well. Bradley Beal was kind of getting things going. He didn't have some amazing game. He had some, like, very, like, it factor types of buckets, but yeah, when it came to the second quarter, it was freaking ugly on just both ends of it, and you could even see Jalen Brunson was getting taken advantage of a little bit when it came to his height out there on the basketball floor. When it came to those mismatches, when Johnny Davis came in, he didn't play that well. They were talking about how he's been shooting like 2 of 20 from the field, like in the preseason overall. But like getting into Julius Randle a little bit more in that second quarter. Sorry, my phone died there. I was taking notes on my phone for this game and I forgot to charge it. Just rookie mistake there. But there was moments like Julius Randle, he made some unselfish plays, but then there's moments I'm like, he just doesn't have the proper awareness sometimes. That it's like Julius Randle's in transition, like they're getting out and running. There's RJ leaking out. All he has to do is throw it ahead and lead him with the basketball, and he just misses those reads sometimes, and it just leads to a garbage play on the offense side of the basketball. But I feel like what really kept the Knicks really running with momentum in this game, when it would be cut down to a 2-point game or a 4-point game, we ended up leading into the third quarter with a 10-point lead. Mitchell Robinson, just constant offensive rebounds. There was one play that was amazing. It was a missed 3 in transition. I believe it was by Randle. And then Mitchell Robinson put back dunk. Like, he was just freaking amazing. I guess one thing I do want to see, though, is can we see a baby hook at some point? I don't know if we're ever going to see that. Like, I don't care about the mid-range shot, the 3-point shot. Like, I really don't care about that. Let's start with something little like that, and let's see him consistently knock down his free throws, which he's been better when it comes to his free throws in the preseason. But the third quarter, I was like, okay, I want to see how the Knicks respond. I want to see the adjustments when it not just comes to the first unit, the second unit. Defensively, I did think the second unit looked better. But starting off in that third quarter, Jalen Brunson was a man possessed. So the Knicks scored 8 straight points when it came to that third quarter right off the bat. And Jalen Brunson scored 6 of those points. And the way he was getting these buckets was just insane. The continuation and one, just working down the lane, him probing around, just the patience he plays with, the pace he plays with, is just light and day compared to what is just amazing compared to what we've had in the past with a Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr., Elfrid Payne, you name it. Like, it's just a huge upgrade. And this is my first time actually looking at his stats in this game, so let's see what his stats were. Yeah, these are just ridiculous numbers. We know he was one of the most efficient finishers when it came to the Mavericks, or one of the most efficient finishers in the league. But just the efficiency here. He had a plus-minus of plus 27. He had 27 points. He had 5 assists. He had 4 rebounds. He had 1 steal. He was 10 of 16 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. And sometimes those hesitations, just like those herky-jerky, like that herky-jerky style of play sometimes like sends them to the charity stripe, because it brings us an unpredictability finally at the point guard position. But yeah, Jalen Brunson was outstanding. He was a man possessed, and it was one of the main reasons we went on. Like, it was a 10-point game, but then only a few minutes in, you see that we're up 21 points. It was ridiculous. It was amazing to watch. But the ball movement was better. The defense, I thought, was better by the New York Knicks. Quickly still had some struggles, if I'm being completely real with you guys. He had a nice floater. He actually did a good job on the boards. I got to give credit to Emmanuel Quickly there. But it's just, well, we'll see. We know what Quickly is. He's going to have, and I hate to say that because he's still a young player. I don't like to label someone like something, but he's going to have games like he's absolutely on fire. Then he's going to have games he's ice cold. He can't hit the side of the barn. Like, he can't he just really can't do anything at all. It just seems like he's out of a flow, but he's a mentally tough player that's not afraid of the big moment. Quentin Grimes did play in this game, but it was in limited action. Like I said, he made a nice read finding Mitchell Robinson, but you could tell he was rusty. He put way too much behind the pass, which led to out of bounds. He didn't score in this basketball game. But the third quarter, I thought, is where we took over. There were some moments the Wizards went on a run, but we went on to respond on the offense side of the basketball, which I did like to see about the New York Knicks. Randall started to rein things in a little bit more. Was he good in this game? No. Was he solid? Probably not. He was maybe okay. He definitely had his struggles. Some people are going to say he was straight up bad, and I really do understand that. But there were some inconsistencies on defense that we have to clean up if it's from Brunson, but there's sometimes you can't do anything about it. He's a mismatch when it comes to his height. He's definitely going to try. He's going to have some good moments. He's going to have some bad moments. Same thing with RJ. I thought Randall hustled out there. I thought Mitchell Robinson was probably the player of the game. Same thing with Jalen Brunson. But some people are probably wondering, how did Cam Reddish do? So from someone, if you actually watch this game, Cam Reddish was ignored a lot by Emmanuel Quickley or whoever was out there on the floor. Cam Reddish was open in some situations, and then there was some moments when Cam Reddish did get the ball, he was blocked, or he just didn't finish around the rim. And I don't know. Cam Reddish, he didn't really do anything. Sometimes, like if they didn't announce Cam Reddish checked in the game, like I wouldn't even know he was out there. He had a nice moment defensively, but he pretty much did nothing. And I don't think Cam Reddish is going to be on this team next year, if I'm being completely real with you guys. But in that fourth quarter, just reading off these stats, I wrote these down when we came to the fourth quarter. We had 17 offensive rebounds to their 3. It might have been even more because I wrote these down in the fourth. We had 19 second chance points to their 0. We absolutely just demolished them in the paint. And one move I absolutely loved by RJ Barrett, because you want to see him build a deeper bag. I like the Euro step. I think he should continuously use that on a consistent basis. But he had this nice move that he used his pivot very well, and he had a nice up and under kind of like scoop shot, which I did like by RJ Barrett. But again, it's just crazy that we're going to be playing the Grizzlies when it comes to next week on Wednesday, and I hope Obi Toppin is ready to go. The New York Knicks come out with a pretty commanding victory. I thought Dotson from the Wizards checked in, played a pretty decent game. But let me know down below your thoughts on this New York Knicks victory. Who impressed you? What was disappointing? Peace out, y'all.